guys, hope you're doing well. Bless Lily here, and welcome to this reading where we're going to be taking a look at the next important experience that's going to change you, that's going to have a really big impact on you and your life. You guys ready? Let's go ahead and take a look at today's options. Option number 1, you guys get the amethyst. Option number 2, pink quartz wants to work with you today. And option number 3, you guys get the green aventurine. To see which crystal you're also drawn to, it could be that you're drawn to more than one. If that's the case, go for it. And if you do need a bit more time to make a decision, pause the video because we're going to go ahead and get started with option number 1. Option number 1, and welcome to your reading, guys. Get comfy. Let's go ahead and get started. As I'm shuffling the cards, say your name out loud or in your head. Helps you connect to the energies of the reading. And let's see what story the cards have for you about the next experience in your life that's going to change you. It's going to have a very deep effect on you. They're telling me a story of somebody who doubted themselves or doubts themselves. Even right now, as you're watching this a lot, the energy of strength comes through in reverse. So you might have been told that you are somebody maybe who isn't brave enough or courageous enough or isn't strong enough. There was always this not something enough. And you might have also been somebody maybe of, somebody who used to get ill a lot, or maybe somebody who was seen as weak, somebody like maybe like there was something about your physique that people considered you weak, or maybe there was something about the quietness in your voice and people thought that you can't speak up for yourself. And it could also be that you guys used to get maybe bullied a lot when you were in school. And you might even find yourself in those instances right now where sometimes you're like, I can't answer this person. Sometimes like you doubt yourself. You feel like you don't have like a comeback for somebody. A lot of people make you doubt yourself. And it might be coming from something from a very long time ago. But the thing is, it's like everything feels like it has to be forced. I think you guys could be somebody who tend to notice that for some people around you, things come so much easier. Relationships, money, career, and you might have wondered for a very long time, what is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? It could be that right now you find yourself isolated, you prefer the company of animals, you prefer your own solitude, or you have very, very few friends, and they might even be away, maybe in different countries. Like I don't see you seeing them very often. And your spiritual team is sending in this beautiful blessing in disguise, because you soon will realize that you're much, much stronger than you think you are. There's an energy of a big win, a big victory, next to the energy of the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands is energy of confrontation. It may be something that you're really uncomfortable with. You could be somebody who really does not like confrontations, who really doesn't like conflict. And it's quite possible that a lot of this conflict situation comes from a place where you're working right now. But here, the story goes is that soon there's going to be a situation where your inner lion, your inner lioness is going to come out. It's going to be a very surprising experience for you. And it's also going to be life-changing, because even though you're going to be scared, even though you're going to be afraid, something within you is just going to push you forward. Something within you is just going to give you that strength and that courage and that confidence that you need. You're going to be surprised because it feels like it's something that comes in an instant. It's something that you're not going to be able to control, something that you're not going to be able to overthink. So for quite a few of you, I'm seeing a conflict at work. A conflict at work. And instead of maybe backing down or allowing others to win or allowing others to take advantage of you like they did in the past, or not being able to stand up for yourself, maybe because it's like a boss or somebody senior who's being mean to you, let's put it that way, and it triggers old wounds of maybe being bullied, it triggers old wounds of not being able to stand up for yourself. Here, you're literally standing up for yourself. And you do it with so much energy, you do it with so much passion, you do it with so much class, that people, I think for a second, they're showing me like people, like everybody shuts up. And they're like just looking at you and listening, and like, what is this? And the interesting experience over here that's going to change you is that you're going to come out a winner. Something within you wakes up. Honestly, it's something that can't even be really put in words. But the closest things to the energy that I'm channeling at this particular moment, it has to do with courage. It has to do with just feeling enough. Like you're just like, I am enough, and enough of this like bullshit that's been going on. Enough of people taking advantage of me. Enough of people taking my money away, enough of people taking credit for my ideas, enough of me like being okay with snarky comments. And you stand up, and once you stand up to this person, and I want to really call it a bully because they're showing me, like those bullies that grow up, they never really grow up in their head. They just become adults that bully other adults. But you stand up over here, and it could even be that you're going to stand up for somebody else. And you realize that your road is just as big as theirs, if it's not bigger, and it's sturdier. And you're gonna realize that your opinion and your energy and your like state of harmony is as important as everybody else's. So you literally rescue yourself. It could be that some of you might have had like sort of a fantasy, or you might have been thinking a lot that, oh, if I had somebody stand up for me, that would be great. But here you're like, you know what? This is it. I'm going to stand up for myself. I'm going to say what I think. I'm going to be brave. I'm going to be courageous. And you stand up for yourself. And guys, you're going to win. And you're going to have fun while doing it. Because once you start going, you realize that you're no longer somebody who can be talked down to. You're no longer somebody who has to take shit from other people. It doesn't matter who they are. It doesn't matter what they pay you. It does not matter. And over here, you win. You win, and you do it with so much dignity. And I see people actually looking at you completely different. And you notice that. But the most important thing is how you're going to look at yourself, how you're going to see yourself. And a lot of things will start coming out. Because it could be that somebody was taking credit for your work. It could be that somebody was talking shit behind your back. And all of that comes out, and you give this person some really good talking to. Like you're no longer being like all love and light and understanding, and no, you stand up for yourself and you roar. And the sound of that roar makes the walls shake, because people are literally like, what the hell? And all of those fears that you might have had of being fired, of being cast out, of being the loser, they literally go away. Because your spiritual team is coming through, and they're bringing in this situation because they're tired of seeing you being taken advantage of, because you're so much stronger. you're so much stronger. And they're saying it's time for you to get closure on something that happened to you a long time ago, whether you were bullied in school or your parents were, very strict and you couldn't say anything back to them. Here, you get your closure and you realize that those wounds are your personal boundaries and that nobody should cross them. And you can be shy or timid or quiet, but it doesn't give people the right to treat you a certain way. And not only do you get the recognition, and not only do you get the, because I'm hearing like for some of you, it's like literally people start applauding, because maybe you stand up to like a big boss or a big bully or somebody people just generally dislike, but have people like literally applauding. It could be people even coming through to support you and say, yeah, you know what, you shouldn't do that. And quite interestingly, this whole situation, it secures your place somewhere. Because here I'm seeing that you're getting more stability, you're getting more respect, and you're getting the money and the pay that you deserve. You're getting the money and the pay that you deserve. And it feels so, so good. All right, tell me a little bit more. Yeah, it's like literally, guys, you've been given too many tasks. And here it's like the straw that breaks the camel's back. Because I'm seeing that a lot of you, you've been carrying something like this huge load of tasks and I can't remember the word now. Anyways, you've been carrying a lot. And it's the straw that breaks the camel's back because here you realize that all of that crap that was going on was actually affecting you big time and it was even affecting your physical health. Where you didn't have time for anything else. You know, I'm seeing like some of you guys could be workaholics over here. Some of you guys could be workaholics, and here it's like you're just like, you know what, screw this, I'm dropping all of this, I'm standing up for myself. And you get a lot of respect from yourself. Look at this. And you get your closure. The world, you get your closure, and suddenly everybody's talking about you, suddenly people are noticing you, suddenly people change their perspective of you. But again, it's important, but not as important as the perspective that you have of yourself. And the energy of the world is when we're feeling free. When you have your little wand over here and you're like, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. I'm going to do what I'm paid to do. And you're no longer afraid because here there's an energy where of this experience where you realize that you're more than you gave yourself credit for, that you can do more, that you can achieve more, that you can that you matter. This is what I keep hearing, that you matter. And it's literally a life-changing experience over here. Because the burden of something in the past that you've been carrying on for so long, it's being lifted. Like you finally stand up for the little girl or the little boy that was bullied. So by healing this situation in the present, you heal your situation in the past. And you realize that you don't have to be big or have a loud voice in order to be strong. And funny enough, this situation, it pushes you forwards and forwards and you get more. And it's interesting because they're showing me like networking because people notice you and people see that now you have very strong boundaries. But you feel much lighter and you get the closure that you needed. And that, my darlings, option number 1 is the experience that's going to change you. I hope you enjoyed this reading and it resonated. Thank you so much for watching. Claim the magic of this energy down in the comments below. If you guys are up for a personal reading, do send me an email. It's also in the description box below, together with links to my Patreon page, with over 90 exclusive videos, additional discounts on personal readings, and much, much more. So make sure to check it out. All right, guys, take care of your beautiful selves now. Bye. Hello, lovely. Option number 2, if you guys were drawn to pink cards. Welcome to your reading. Get comfy. And as I'm shuffling the cards, say your name out loud or in your head. I'm working with the Tower of Oppositions today. And get ready, because you're about to find out what is going to change you, what experience is going to change you, what's coming. Okay, so here I see a lot of people who have been hurt by love. There's an energy, it's very interesting how you were drawn to pink quartz, and the first card that comes out, it talks about not having enough love, not having a lot of affection, attention, feeling like you were always giving in hope that other people will appreciate the amount that you give and will give it back to you. But you just ended up being in a situation where people were just taking, and you were giving, and at the end you started resenting them because you're like, what the hell? I'm giving you a lot of things, I'm giving you a lot of love, and we need something back. We always need something back, and this feels like an energy of hopelessness when it comes to love, when it comes to romantic relationships, when it comes to, like, I'm seeing a lot of you over here, you might be saying that, what is it that I'm doing wrong? Why is it that I can't find a partner? Why is it that there's so many couples around me that are being together, that are getting married, that are having babies, that are like having sex, and it's just not happening for me? It could be that some of you, they're telling me that you don't realize how beautiful you are, how handsome you are, and how valuable you are. You just don't see it. You weren't conditioned to see it. So you, in relationships, every time you go into relationships, you feel like you constantly have to, and this is a subconscious thing where you constantly have to prove yourself, where you constantly have to make the other person see that, you know, you're somebody worth having. And a lot of you, you think that your worth or value is either in beauty or in the amount of money that you earn. You've been conditioned that you always either have to be beautiful, or you have to behave a certain way, or you have to earn a certain amount of money, or, you know, whatever foolery that people have told you. Okay. And there's just this major heartbreaking disbelief that you can't be loved for who you are. You might be saying this to yourself, but deep down, like, there's a part of you that doesn't believe that you could be loved for who you are. And you're like, you know what? Maybe love is just not for me. Maybe it's just not coming. But it's so amazing how the Judgment card comes through to tell you otherwise. This feels very spiritual over here, guys, because this feels like an epiphany. This feels like some sort of experience that's going to make you feel reborn. So what I'm seeing for quite a few of you, it's either, it has to do with psychology, it has to do with regression therapy, and it has to do with healing. I don't know if you believe in spiritual guides or not, it doesn't matter what you believe in, but there's some sort of energy that's bigger than we can comprehend, that's on your side right now. Because they are going to give you an experience that is going to change you by giving you the energy of rebirth. Because little babies, they don't have the concept or understanding that they need to be a certain way or act a certain way to be loved. They just expect to be loved. And a lot of them are. A lot of them are. We're talking about healthy families here, yeah? So it looks like you guys are going to go into the past to find the main reason for those limiting thoughts that are holding you back. And that experience is going to be profound. It's going to be incredibly emotional. It's going to be even at times scary. It's going to be painful, but it's something that's going to allow you to erase all those limiting beliefs about love. And I see you being guided towards the right person, whether it's a therapist, whether it's somebody who does regression therapy, because there's some sort of trauma that's very deep within you. And I know a lot of you are asking, like, and you're commenting on videos about future spouse, like, oh, I'm never going to find my love and this and that. And this is your trauma talking. This is your fear talking. And I keep saying that in a lot of readings of mine. You're not afraid of new love. You're afraid of old pain. And that keeps you from going into relationships because you don't believe. You don't completely believe that you can be loved for who you are. And it's very difficult to go in relationships like this because you're gonna keep trying to be somebody who's lovable, and that's hard work. Imagine trying to constantly prove to somebody subconsciously that you're lovable. That's hard work. But here, there's an experience that's going to change you. The way that you see yourself, the way that you see your value, the way that you see your worth. And you're being guided towards the right person, towards the right experience. Their advice over here is not to be afraid of feelings that might come up. Because to heal something, you need to go back to it and you need to live through this situation again and see it from a different perspective. A lot of you, my lovelies, over here, you've chosen solitude. You've chosen solitude. And a lot of you, there's this massive fear of rejection. Massive fear of rejection. It's almost paralyzing. And with the Two of Swords, you're like, you know what? I'm so afraid of it that I don't even want to acknowledge it. I don't even want to look at it. But this experience of getting rid of all of those things, it leads you to a better understanding of who you are and what love truly is. There's so many harsh words that were spoken to you. For a lot of you, you were told that you're good for nothing. A lot of you, you're incredibly talented, but your talents were downplayed. A lot of you, you've been lied to in relationships. And you're very talented over here. Incredibly talented. So this experience that's going to change you, it's not only going to affect your relationships, but it's going to also affect your career. It will help you see and claim your talents rather than thinking, and the imposter syndrome, when you think that everything you do, everything you've achieved, it's by luck. And like if people look at you very closely, they will see that you're like, you're not that talented, but you are. And this is when you start claiming what's yours. This is when you start giving yourself the love and saying, you know what, yes, I am talented, I am good at something, I am valuable. And with this comes the love. With this comes relationships. You're going to be healing your inner child. And this experience, again, it's giving you a rebirth. And if you guys are interested in it, read up on it, because it's something, it's like kind of, it's like this, an energy of being reborn. And like you disassemble a lot of things and then you assemble yourself anew with new foundations, with completely different foundations. And there's going to be an experience that's going to change you, that also involves a father figure over here. Because a lot of you, my darlings, You're finding it very hard to find a person to treat you well. And for a lot of you, it has to do with your relationship with your father. And they're showing me that through this, whatever mode of healing you choose, you're going to heal whatever within you is being drawn to a specific type of person who can't make you happy. Because like there's so much love that wants to come through over here, and that changes you. That experience changes you because you see yourself completely different, and so do other people. And that brings a lot of love, a lot of affection, a lot of appreciation, and a lot of unconditional love for yourself. For yourself. And then comes the partner, and then comes the husband, and then comes the wife, and so on and so forth. So, my darlings, option number 2. That's what I have for you. I hope you enjoyed this reading and it resonated. Claim its magic down in the comments below. If you're up for a personal reading, do send me an email. The email's in the description box below. So is the link to my Patreon page with over 90 exclusive videos, additional discounts on personal readings, and much, much more. So make sure to check it out. And I recently posted a video on what is it that your spiritual team wants to say about your love life. So you guys might be interested to see what it is. All right, guys, take good care of your beautiful selves now. Bye. Option number 3, and welcome to your reading, guys. Get comfy, and as I'm shuffling the cards, say your name out loud or in your head. Helps you connect to the energies of the reading. And let's see the story that the cards have for you with regards to the next experience that's going to change you. Let's go ahead and take a look. Okay, so option number 3, straight away, I have some fantastic news for you. You're somebody who's meant to be wealthy, abundant. You're somebody who's meant to experience a lot of pleasures in your life. But right now, it feels like you can't find your place. You can't find your calling. You can't connect to yourself. It feels like you can't ground yourself. It feels like you can't find a place that combines both money and fulfillment. It could be that you're looking for a job at this particular moment, or you're thinking about looking for a job, because here they're showing me like your full potential when it comes to money, when it comes to prosperity, abundance isn't being realized. With the energy of the Four of Cups, it's almost like emotionally you're closed off to it. Energetically, you're closed off to it, because it very much feels like that it's draining. It's draining you. And for quite a few of you, it's like you realize it, but you don't know what the hell to do about it. You're like, yes, actually, I understand, I know this, but I can't find something that lights me up from within. I can't find something like it's either a hobby that doesn't get monetized, or it doesn't bring me a lot of money just yet. Either it's like this ridiculous job that I've been stuck at, yeah, but it gives me the money, but it gives me no fulfillment whatsoever. It's like some of you, like, I feel like I'm dead inside, yeah. Okay. And it's very interesting. Hold on, they're giving me like something. They're showing me a blog, and they're telling me that you might have grown up with people that were saying like the job has to be serious, or the job has to be like, it's not meant to be fun. There's time for work and then there's time for play. It was never like you were given the possibility to bring those two energies together. Like for you, I'm hearing like there's this very, like this mantra that's been in your head for a very long time on the subconscious level, that work isn't supposed to be fun. Work is supposed to be work. Work is supposed to be serious. Work is all about responsibility, blah, 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 blah. And you're looking at this pentacle and you're like, is it worth it? Is it worth me like selling my soul for this pentacle? And your idea, you're like, there's part of you that thinks that if I want more money, I have to work even harder, and I can't possibly do that because you're already like running on maximum over here. You're like, I can't put any more into this. And you might have been like, you might have heard this saying a lot of times, like you have to work really, 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 really hard, and then you're going to get a lot of money. And then now you're realizing that it was just a bunch of bullshit, that it just doesn't work like that. Okay. And your spiritual team is very like tired of watching you struggle. Tired of watching you limit yourself with those beliefs. Yeah. And here I'm seeing, look at this, the lies, the Six of Pentacles in reverse. Just a confirmation of exactly what I've been saying. It could even be that people have promised you a pay rise. It could be that people have been promising you a lot of things, but it never came to be true. And you might even be manipulated with money, like literally manipulated with money. So what's the experience that's going to change you? Temperance, look at this. This is such a gorgeous card. It's almost like she's looking at you and saying it's time for you to try something new, a new mix, a new approach. Because temperance is very much about balance. It's very much about balance, patience. It's very much about fluidity. And what I'm seeing over here is a shift in perspective. And maybe this reading will be the beginning of this journey. Because it looks like your spiritual team is going to be sending somebody your way. It could be a woman figure over here. And she's going to give you some sort of advice. And she might even act as an example of being able to do something that is both fulfilling and gives you money. She acts as hope over here. And you start changing your perspective. You start realizing that you can earn money and have fun as well. That life can be fulfilling and that you don't have to. They're telling me exhaustion is not a sign of productivity. Because here they're showing me you're exhausted. Exhausted. You're like, I need to keep on pushing. I need to earn the money. So the experience over here, it could be somebody who is part of your soul family. Somebody who's part of your soul family that helps you heal this idea that you can't have more, that you can't ask for more, that you can't push for more. Some of you, you're going to realize that you want to work from home, you want to work at home, and it could be something completely different to what you're doing. You're going to be invited. It's amazing how they're bringing in this energy, like they're showing me like there's a lot of dark colors over here, and then comes the energy of temperance with a lot of light. And it starts diluting the darkness. It starts bringing in new colors. So what I'm seeing for you, a life-changing experience that's going to change you, is that as if by chance, you're going to be meeting a person who invites you to a particular art class, to invites you to her home, for example, and you are given the information of something that's possible, that combines both fun and the ability to make money from it in a way that you would have never imagined. And she says some really wise words that act as an inspiration. And this is your spiritual team leading you towards something that lights you up. And it's something that gives you lots of inspiration. Because here you get a lot of hope. You're like, okay, I see that this can be done different. I see that this hobby can be monetized. I see that I can have the freedom to create and, create my own timetable. So here, to be quite honest with you, option number 3, it looks like you're finding a way to make money by doing what you really like. By what seems like a chance experience, a chance meeting, a chance introduction. But of course, it's not a chance, yeah? It's because it's time for you to let go of these limiting beliefs and look at the pentacle like as a source of something, a source of joy, a source of, investing in yourself. And it could even be that sometimes you don't even want to earn the money. You're like, whatever, I don't even want to do anything because you're just not inspired. And here, this experience that changes you allows you to see things very differently and allows you to let go of the mantras that were like imprinted within you. And here you're finding a balance between working whenever you want to work, doing what it is that you want to do, enjoying it, and getting money, and maybe getting more time to spend with your family. Because for some of you, it feels like you guys are workaholics that are overworking yourselves for little money. Happiness, look at this. Some of you will choose to work with children, but it is also an indication that you guys are communicating very clearly with your inner child, because our inner child is a part of ourselves that has everything to do with inspiration, that has everything to do with imagination and being artistic and being connected with our truest calling, truest desires. When we're little, we know who we want to be, we know what we want to do, we know that we like, for example, drawing, we like, I don't know, making making cups over here, making jewelry, whatever your thing is. And it all seems so very beautifully, divinely orchestrated. You're reconnecting through this experience. It's going to change you. You're reconnecting with your inner child. And look at the sun. The sun is so happy, and the child is so happy. And you might even feel like a little child, but that's the secret to it. The secret to doing something that lifts you up, that makes you feel good, that puts you in a good mood. And it doesn't just suck all the living life out of you. For a lot of you, you might feel very drawn to working for yourself as a freelancer or working in a different environment or doing something completely different. But that experience changes you because you open up to something new, something that was quite scary, but funny enough, it makes you feel happy and you're like, what the hell? What the hell? I didn't realize that this could happen. And your inner child is happy. And when your inner child is happy, oh gosh, does it change your life? Because you're reconnecting with a very important part of you. Because once we get older, we tell this little beautiful self to shut up because we're grown now, we have responsibilities, we have bills to pay. Ain't nobody got time for drawing or messing about. But here, no, you're like, no, you know what? Why is life worth living if it's not for enjoying and expressing yourself in an authentic way? And the universe will help you find people who are going to be your clients, who are going to guide you in a certain way. On the star, look at you. For some of you guys, you're meant to be somebody who's quite popular, whether it's through social media, yeah, whether it's YouTube, social media. You could become a very famous blogger or vlogger, or somebody who maybe does something with fitness. Yeah, you develop your own program, something along the lines. Because here, this is the energy of the sun and the stars. This is gorgeous. These are major arcanas that bring so much inspiration, rejuvenation, renewal over here. And it is something that's fated. It is something that's written in the stars. It is something that you sooner or later are going to come to. And for others of you, there's a possibility of acting, screenplays, writing a book. Yeah, becoming a blogger, vlogger. For some of you, it's a travel blog. For some of you, it's astrology with the energy of temperance. For others of you, because see, we have pouring things, it could have something to do with food and beverage. You may be starting your own cooking show since, we have this energy over here of the temperance that has a lot to do with food and beverage, of those cups. Maybe what brings you happiness is being a stay-at-home mom or dad and, sharing your recipes, sharing your lifestyle with people, and becoming incredibly famous, incredibly popular, and getting quite a few golden coins. And yeah, there are going to be people who are going to judge you most likely because you're not working hard and you're not always angry and stressed out. But really, they're just going to be jealous of you. All right, my darlings. Option number 3. That's what I have for you. I hope this reading resonated and you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to claim the magic of this reading. And if you're interested in a personal reading, do send me an email. The email is in the description box below. So it's the link to my Patreon page with over 90 exclusive videos that are going to help you rediscover your beautiful self. And you guys get additional discounts as my patrons. Make sure to check it out. All right, my darlings, take care of your beautiful selves now. Bye.